even watching, but hold on. No, I'm gonna change that. Waiting for you. Happy to see me? Right. How are you? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna watch. Okay. So watch Raven and Dungeon. That was like so loud. It was like a blasting music. It was like a blasting music. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Oh.
Suzanne is definitely not ready to break up with Daniel over this. So she starts thinking of a solution to this problem. If her parents were to die, she would then get at least part of their estate worth around $17 million in US dollars. Plus, her dad had opened up 2 Swiss bank accounts in her name worth $10 million US dollars. So she and Daniel would get that money too. Then they'd be rich and they could stay together. So Suzanne and Daniel decide they're
Come on.
going to try and make it look like robbery.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they decide they're going to do it on Halloween night. Which
Watch.
Halloween isn't much of a thing in Brazil, but whatever. And to help them out with this murder, they recruit Daniel's brother, who we'll just call Brother. So Halloween night comes, and Suzanne, Daniel, and Brother, they get together and they get high. They smoke a little Zaza, snip some paint thinner and some glue. And only now do they feel like they're super ready to take on this task. So the three of them get to the house, and Suzanne turns off the house's security system, and she lets Daniel and brother inside. Then she waits in the living room as the two guys make their way upstairs to where her parents are sleeping, and they've both got iron rods. Then the two sneak into Suzanne's parents' bedroom, and suddenly they just start beating the parents with the rods as hard as they can. And unfortunately, their parents survive. After that, Suzanne, Daniel, and brother tear the house up. Because remember, they're trying to stage this like a robbery. Then they steal like 7,000 US dollars cash from the safe that the parents had. Because her parents keep their money in US dollars for some reason. After that, they flee the scene. And to create alibis for themselves, Suzanne and Daniel spend the night in a hotel, while brother goes to a fast food restaurant and he hangs out there to create his own alibi. The next morning, Suzanne comes back to her parents' house and she pretends to discover the crime scene and she calls the police. And later, the police come
But
and
what is
investigate.
a
And
kind
from the
of
police's
crime
perspective,
that
Suzanne
like
looks
a
unusually calm about her parents'
question?
murder.
Okay.
Like, she's not crying, she's not falling apart, she's just over here vibing at her parents' own crime scene. So, as they investigate, they start getting suspicious. They can't get over the fact that she's just so calm about things. Plus, the only thing taken from the house was cash from the safe, while none of the other valuables were touched. Then the police discovered that the security system was disabled from inside the house. So now, of course, that limits their suspect list down to basically one person. However, they don't have any direct evidence that Suzanne was involved, so they can't arrest anyone. Meanwhile, a few days after the murder, a funeral service is held for Suzanne's parents, which also happens to be the same day her 19th birthday is on. So immediately after the funeral, she throws herself a 19th birthday party. So, unless the police find any direct evidence, it seems like Suzanne and Daniel have gotten away with the murder. Plus, they're about to inherit a ton of money. They've got the alibis, they've got the cover story, they've got everything all lined up.
Two.
Until brother makes a big mistake. About a day after the murder, brother goes and buys himself a brand new motorcycle. And this dude, he's not a guy who can just afford a brand new motorcycle. Like everyone knows, he's always been broke. And weirder than that is that he pays for it in cash using US dollars. Dollars he would have gotten from Suzanne's parents' safe. And paying for something using US dollars would be rather unusual in this area during this time. And this immediately tips off the local police, who then discover that this guy is Suzanne's boyfriend's brother. So they bring him in and they question him like, where'd you get all the money for that new motorcycle? And brother immediately panics and he just straight up flips. He's like, oh, I'll tell you all about the murder. And so, bam, he gets arrested. Also, bam, Daniel gets arrested. Also, bam, Suzanne gets arrested. Here's her all shot. But then it gets worse for her. Because while she's out of jail and she's waiting on her trial, Suzanne decides to do some interviews on television. I guess she's trying to set the record straight. It seems like her plan is to go on camera and play the grieving daughter to gain sympathy from the public. And at one point, a Brazilian TV network sets up an interview with her. So she meets up with them and they mic her up and whatnot. But what Suzanne doesn't realize is that the microphones are already on before the cameras are rolling. And before the interview starts,